Blackstone Audio presents The Home Front by Margaret Vandenburg. This book is read by Tom Taylorson. For My Mother. Chapter 1. His cell phone rang the minute he left the trailer. He thought he might get used to it, flying drones one minute, chatting with his wife the next. Navigating the conflicting demands of combat and family life had never been easy. But oceans had always separated one from the other, not a 40-minute commute on US 95. Even he couldn't shift gears that fast. Then there was the trailer itself, the ultimate insult to what was left of his professional integrity. The fact that the Pentagon hadn't built an actual ground control station said it all. Everything was on the cheap since the downturn.
Pick up some soy milk, will you, and a bag of potatoes for Max.
Anything else?
Hurry home. The natives are restless.
Todd started the pickup and flicked on the lights. One thing he couldn't stand was daylight savings time. Millions of 9-to-5ers had to suffer for the 4 farmers left in the state of Nevada. Rose forced him to get tested for seasonal affective disorder, but it wasn't that. You didn't have to be sick to want to see a ray of sunshine after being glued to a computer console, especially since the day shift was really the night shift. When it was high noon at Creech Air Force Base, it was just shy of midnight at Kandahar Airfield, the biggest hive of drones south of Kabul. He chased bad guys around dark deserts, hour after hour after hour, then drove home through a dark desert. If it weren't for weekends, he'd never see the light of day. Still, there was no use complaining. He tried to convince himself that virtual war beat freezing your hiney off in Afghanistan, or worse yet, Pakistan. He was getting too old for heroics anyway. Price Chopper was hopping. They were running a sale on hamburger packaged in red, white, and blue styrofoam containers. Big beefy guys were stocking up, mostly bachelor types with plenty of pasty white buns in their carts. You are what you eat. Too bad Rose was on a health kick. Todd couldn't remember the last time she'd served a recognizable dinner, let alone one he could really sink his teeth into. Eating organically was like sucking meals through a straw, and his jaw ached for something more substantial than tofu and quinoa. At this rate, his family would starve to death. No use torturing himself wandering past the butcher. He made a beeline for the produce section. A dozen varieties of potatoes were heaped up in massive bins, none of which resembled the ones he ate growing up. The Idaho spuds were twice the normal size. They were beautiful.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?